Hey, let's go talk real quick, Tony.
Yep.
I'm only concerned.
So, I'm trying to think of ways to, so we got options. Alright? First things first. Alright, I wanna sue the BCSO, but I'm waiting for them to do their fucking investigation. Alright, if they don't finish their fucking investigation, then, you know, as we going in there and it's like, be a little bit more difficult. Alright, so that's going to be something we're going to need to do before, hopefully in the oncoming days. Hopefully they take this shit seriously. If they don't take it seriously, then fuck it. We'll just fucking file it without the shit. Alright? Okay. Step 2 is one of the most important, I would argue that this is probably the most important thing. Right? What we need to do is we need to contest the validity of the raid warrant, of the search warrant.
That's going to be the primary goal, yep.
Yeah.
There's a couple I've already noticed from reading it last night.
So, what we need to do is we need to file, it's called, I looked it up, it's called an omnibus hearing. Alright, it's important. I think that's what we need to do. We file for the omnibus hearing. I'm not even sure 100% if that's exactly... Let me take a look. So, omnibus hearing attendance. An omnibus hearing is a pretrial court appearance in a criminal case, which is what this is, typically held soon after a defendant's arraignment. So, I've been arraigned. Haven't I?
Yeah, thoroughly.
Yeah, I've been heavily arraigned. As a defendant, it is essential to attend this hearing with your attorney. Here's what you can expect. Discussion of evidence, pretrial motions, scheduling plea negotiations. Defendants write important notes. Omnibus hearings are generally short, lasting around 15 to 30 minutes. After a hearing, you may be released from custody or remain detained. Your attorney will guide you. So, what I'm thinking is it's worth a shot, right? For us to try and set like some type of warrant challenging precedence, right? Because what I was told is McNee told me that in the old Constitution it said you could not contest a raid warrant. Well, that's gone. So that means it's open for contestation, but it's not outlined how we should do it. Right? So what we got to do is we just got to think of like the best ways to go about doing it. It's either pre-trial motion and we lay our cards on the table, which I don't think is good for the case because it gives them time to properly prepare, or what we do is we try some type of pre-trial hearing like this omnibus hearing, and then we just kind of go for there. Sorry, go from there. And then what we do is, you know, hopefully we can attend, and then hopefully there won't be any like time window that the case can last only like 30 minutes or like 15, 30 minutes or something like that. And we have appropriate time to contest the warrant in open court. But there's options. You know what I mean? Like there's options.
This is one of the things I wanted to add on to some of the pre-trial to-do list because before you told me about the omnibus hearing, I want to do some depositions.
Depositions are a good idea.
I want to do one with Tyler Peters because that opens up a lot for us. One, it confirms officially.
Chief Moss is good too. Maybe we should try. Well, now, what do we need to perform a deposition? Do we need judge approval or what?
You just motion for it. I'm looking up how he did in the Riker case because it's been a while, but that's what we had to do for Kit Archer, and that's what we did for a couple other people too. I think.
Eat a Pop-Tart, I think, in a bit.
Was another one we had to do. But
I'm multitasking like a motherfucker right now.
Time for deposition. The thing is, we need to do Peter specifically is because of the fact that one of the reported weapons that you gained, or sorry,
Was
one of the
Tyler
reported,
was actually done by
yeah,
Tyler Peters, yeah.
they're saying you did a false reporting, even though in the statement never suggested or even assumed that you gave a serial number out. For some reason, there's a wrench in the evidence, but you never gave any serial numbers to suggest that you did a false report.
Wait, they're trying to wait. They claim that it's a false report.
They're claiming it's a false report. Look at the people's what?
Look at the people's what the court case that's on the docket.
Yeah. Look at the people's U. They listed as not a firearm. But if you read the actual report, you never provided a serial number, and in legislation, even probably till now, I'm 90% sure now as well, a serial number is never required for a report.
Yeah, it's not outlined that you need to know that information when filing a.
And you never provided that in the report, so why are they saying you did made a false report?
And hold on, let me check something because this is important. 1 second. You said that was the People's U, right?
Yeah.
Look. People's U. Oh my God, this actually lines up with the dates. This actually lines up with the dates that they outlined in the search warrant.
Oh wait, wait, then we could say that you lost possession of one of the guns. Then you didn't have more than one gun. Then you didn't have both of them. Oh, there's
So the
layers to
dates that are listed is they list the gun, SKBM, whatever, you know, the serial number of the firearm, the identifier. Firearm was in possession 4/29/24, and the other firearm was in possession 4/8/24, 4/11/24, and 5/7/24. And this was filed on 5/18/24. And there was no legislation that prohibited you owning multiple guns at that time.
And that would be the next.
So
step.
this fucking report can actually be used to cover one of those charges.
Exactly.
What we need to do is hopefully find another that we can kind of paint that narrative on.
Well, maybe, but at minimum, this takes out the probable cause for the search warrant, because they use the current legislation retroactively of saying he had more than one weapon.
They did a lot of fucked up things in that search warrant, big dog. They did a lot of fucked.
I know. But this is just only the first couple of strings we're pulling at. We haven't looked at the rest of it. Second off, even if they didn't take it, they're retroactively pushing legislation on you ex post facto. So that should be a thing, but they're doing it. That's the second issue. Number 3, Nino and I were talking about earlier, but I didn't realize that none of the high command, besides I think Viv was her name, knew about the raid. So by deposing Peters,
guess what?
Exposing...
Here, I got something for you. It's juicy. What? Vivian's the commanding officer that signed the search warrant.
Yeah, exactly. So...
I know Moss told me to call her as a witness. That's why I brought it up to deposition to Tony.
In the deposition, we're going to reveal the fact that there's private reports. Then we're going to take in the direction where we're pretty much going to say they pulled a Dominic Rhodes.
Tony, can I be honest? I think you're going to fucking eat this case alive. There's so many fucking things here and so many angles and points of attack for us. Once we get the validity of the warrant thrown out, oh my God, they're so fucked. They might even try and plea me out to lesser charges.
Which it shouldn't happen, because the search warrant and all that stuff should not have happened. Therefore, the search and the quote-unquote...
fruit of the poisonous tree.
Yeah.
I was more so saying that they would try and plea me out on these criminal negligent ownership of a firearm or some bullshit. But I'm not going to take it because I think we can literally beat every single fucking charge. The embezzling one is going to be the fucking easiest charge for us to beat in this whole thing. Embezzlement claims personal gain. I bought that for the county. That's the county's property. That ain't my property, and it's all fucking documented. The only thing that they can do is if they're so concerned about a lack of a treasurer being present, which she was not. She was present. They're not going to know that though, for safety reasons. Then they should be filing like the authority conduct review that I overstepped on the legislation. Instead, they're trying to straight up charging me, and I'm going to be able to beat that one fucking easy as shit because it's clearly not embezzlement.
Yep.
You're cooking, Tony. I'm going to be honest. You're fucking cooking hard.